Hey, welcome to another episode of Retail Integration. This is John. Today we're talking about Lightspeed Retail, specifically the R series, and we're going to show you quickly how to create a new product. So start off by scrolling on down to inventory. So we're just going to click this plus button to create this item. And when you pull this screen up, the first thing that's going to be highlighted is the search field. And so it's prompting you to search your current database for this product to help you avoid creating any duplicates. But also with searching, it will allow you, if this checkbox is clicked, you can search for all the catalogs that have been integrated with Lightspeed and loaded into your store. We'll cover that in more videos as well. But today we're just going to create a product that we know is not already integrated with Lightspeed, and we already know it's not in our store. So I'm going to go over here to my vendor, and these are some handlebars for a surface cleaner. So really nothing glamorous, but it's something we have to have. So we're going to just come up with a name here for this item. So I'm going to say BE surface cleaner, if I can spell. So we'll try to keep the name as close to what the vendor had it as possible. And we like to do that for the purpose of sending purchase orders, because when we send a purchase order from Lightspeed to the vendor, we want that description to match as closely as possible. Next thing we're going to do is pull the part number, which is very vital for that purchase order and for lots of different things. I'm using Control C on the keyboard to copy and Control V to paste. That's Control C is in cat and V is in Victor. The custom SKU is a number that I create specific to my store, and I'll actually show you how we do that here in just a moment. Another thing I like to do is determine what other people are charging for the product. I'll do a quick Google search and see what other people are selling the actual item for. And sometimes it's a little hard to find some of these things. Specifically with this particular item, it's probably going to be impossible because this is a new item. $178.50 is what this company is selling it for. So just do a quick search and you can get some ideas. And this is what this particular product looks like, in case you're wondering. It's widely used in the pressure washing industry. In our case, we're going to say our cost is $150, and honestly I haven't looked yet, so we'll have to update this, and we'll just say we're going to sell it at $199, and we'll update that information later, but for now that should be good. Alright, so you can go ahead down to your category. This is important if you were using Lightspeed eCom. It plays a vital role in the website. So in this case, this is a part, and it would be for a surface cleaner. And so that's as simple as that. If you need to create categories or change categories, we can certainly do that, and we'll do it in another video. Next thing I want to do is select my brand, and it's a BE Power Equipment brand. And the tag is going to be a whirl away. And the vendor, I also want to enter that here. So that's going to be BE Power Equipment. All right, automatic reordering is another option here. If you wanted to set these parameters so that Lightspeed Retail will notify you, or you can run a report to remind you of when you need to reorder. That's a place you could do that. I'm not going to use that on this particular part. The next up is publish to ecom. If you uncheck this box and click save, this item will not be published to ecom. In this case, I do want it published to ecom, so I'm going to go ahead and check that. Now you can always check it later. It doesn't have to be checked now. So I don't have any inventory currently, so I'm not going to go enter that right here. So I'm going to go ahead and click Save Changes. And what that's going to do is it's going to give me a plethora of additional things that I can do here. First and foremost is add an image, and that's something that I absolutely love to do. Because if you're using the Lightspeed Retail, what's the word I'm looking for? iPad application, then this would show up at your checkout. But also, it integrates with Lightspeed eCom. And so this picture will cross the interface over to the website. or pictures. I believe you can do up to 12, but don't hold me to that. And so I have a web photos folder that I drop all these into, and you see I'm just copying and pasting that product manufacturer SKU number over and over and over again. And see how easy that is? All right here with the system ID, this is the number that I like to utilize for my custom SKU for inside the store. It's a shorter number. I try to do 4 digits, and it's an auto-generated number to this particular item. So that's just my personal preference. I have found that works well for us. But you could do it however you see fit at your store. You can actually enter a note, and it can display on a sales receipt. So when a customer checks out, that note would be on the receipt. So that is an option for you as well. All right, so inventory. Like I said before, I don't have any of this product, but I could adjust the inventory of this product or any product in Lightspeed from this page. The next thing I want to go to, which is very important, is this vendor IDs. I'm going to paste that same number once again, and I'm going to click Add Vendor ID. So that $150 cost that I had associated is right there. All right. So the rest of these things we'll get into in later videos, but for now we're going to go back to details. And you can see that we're sitting at a 33% markup, which is pretty normal for retail of this particular business sector. All right, guys, this is John from Retail Integration. I hope that this quick tutorial helped you. You can now search for this product by either the manufacturer SKU or your custom SKU. So if you were creating a sale, or if you were just in your inventory in general, you could do an item search here, and you could search by that product SKU number, and it would pull it up right here. And you can see you could change the price simply from that standpoint, or you could search by the custom SKU, and it still brings the product up. But today's video was simply how to create a new item in Lightspeed Retail. Again, this is John from Retail Integration.